How's it, everybody?
What is up?
Welcome to Hawaii Kine Tings with the hopes of the first YouTube video ever.
Video day.
I hope so, because because I'm tired of setting up all this camera equipment and nothing happens. So
yeah, it's a lot of work setting up this camera equipment.
A lot of work replying to all these emails and
it's a lot of work just sitting here and watch Kobe set up the equipment.
but today's a special one, not only because of video, not only because of season 3 and we back, but because it is Short Kine Tings.
Oh yeah, Short Kine Tings.
Yes, Short Kine Tings. So Short Kine Tings is where we pick one thing and we just go dive into it.
I'm Short Kine Ting.
Yeah, well, so am I. I'm not gonna release my height out on YouTube though. No. 6 foot. Now, okay, so Short Kine Tings with our topic of the very, very loved Malasadas. Malasadas. But just like every other podcast episode,
knowledge disclaimer.
Yes, sir.
So we're not kumus. We're not saying that we know everything. But being born and raised in the culture, this is what we know. We're not saying there is a right or wrong. If you have a suggestion, calm your nuts and email us at hawaiikinetingspodcast@gmail.com.
Yes.
And we'll consider them. Mahalo.
News.
I was always going to say like hawaiikineTings.com. Like, no, that's not at all what it is.
Maybe if more like sponsor us.
Maybe we gotta do like .edu because we educate people.
We always go back and forth between we just sharing what we know. No, we're educating.
Now we're teaching you. We the kumus.
We get a PhD in Hawaii Kine Tings.
Oh my gosh, that's a horrible
doctor.
That's a horrible degree to have.
Dr. Masao. Okay, Kayla. So we will kind of explain our topic, our object before we go to the Pidgin Era podcast. You know why? Because we actually get them here live with us today.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna grab one of these buggers. Oh, make sure I don't get this all over the floor. And bango, check them out, everybody. We made our own better than Leonard's malasada. So check them out. Airy, doughy, with the crispy outside, the sugar.
Are you eating it?
Yeah, I'm eating it, and
get out of here.
My dog is here for eat them too.
Just not for you.
Say hi, baby. Sorry, you're not getting anything. So, everybody, sorry you gotta hear me chew. I only thought about just showing this, but man, it's way too good for now.
I don't know about him. He just got one. I got the whole bowl.
Yeah. Okay, so everybody, this is what we got. We get the malasadas. Malasadas is super popular back home. But as you can tell, malasada is not one Hawaiian word or a Japanese word or a Filipino word. It is a Portuguese word. It's Portuguese, everybody. Portuguese.
A delicious ball of deliciousness.
Yes, exactly. Onolicious deliciousness. So, what it is pretty much one fluffy donut. You make one dough, and then it has a lot of egg in them. And rather than whole milk, evaporated milk. So, all those things kind of contribute to this different kind of donut that we got here. And, this guy doesn't even know what you're talking about. You're just eating these malasadas. So, the outside is just pretty much seared and deep fried in the oil. Meanwhile, the inside is still so fluffy, kind of undercooked in a way, but it's not. You know what I'm saying?
I know all of it.
Yep. So, what we got here, malasada, which is not our Pidgin Era podcast. We can get into that. We just still talk about malasadas. When we break it down in Spanish or Portuguese, mal means bad. I mean, everybody remembers that from Spanish class 1 from high school. Okay. And the asada is to cook. So, malasada literally translates to poorly cooked, to badly cooked. Not nuts?
Well, our first batch was malasada.
Muy malasada.
It was malasada.
Yeah. Muy mal. So, So malasada is poorly cooked because it's just poorly cooked dough. That's all it is, just deep fried dough. And going back into the days, we're kind of jumping ahead of ourselves to history. It's like, this is kind of what they had back in the plantation days. They had stuff to make dough, and they had sugar cane because it was working on the sugar cane.
Okay, wait, but hold up. Why? What is bad about the cooking of it? Like, is it because are they saying it's bad dough, so it's bad cooking, or are they saying that it's poorly cooked? But what's so poorly cooked about it?
Honestly, I think it's the lack of effort. They make dough, no season. Just make the essentials of dough and roll them in balls and throw them in the...
I see. Yeah, I see what you mean. Maybe it means if you are a poor cook, then this is because it's like I'm thinking of it as like it's cheap ingredients. So it's like if you know nothing
and you don't know how to cook,
right, then this is
shucks. I guess I gotta eat this all day, every day.
But even then, think about it. If you know, like, put sugar, you can easily put gravy on this and make them like biscuits and gravy. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, if you don't have the sugar, you can put Parmesan cheese on them and make them like Auntie Annie's or like pretzel make. If you folks go off topic, but if you folks go to Kala Mall or Windward Mall. Oh no, Windward Mall and Kala Mall, they get the last pretzel maker.
Yeah, and probably just squeeze us.
Yeah, right. They get Auntie Annie's now. Nobody even wants Auntie Annie's. They want Auntie Mary's, not Auntie Annie's. Okay, but you know what I'm trying to say though. But like, that's how I'm also thinking of it. Like, it's just a play on the words of like.
That's why that Malasada burger became a thing because it actually works well with other stuff.
Wait, what you mean a Malasada burger? If I sound like real tourist
you can stay
right
over
now,
for 2 more hours after this because we're splitting one of these and making burgers.
Oh, I see. But just use that as like
they make them. They slice them.
What is
because
that?
It's sweet and savory.
What is that bread? That circle, the ciabatta bread? No,
brioche.
Oh, the one that's just almost like a ball that's cut in the middle.
The pretzel kind. They get the big
pretzel.
Like pretzel bun.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. Like, because Malasada is like on ball, like on poke ball, just cut them in the middle and put the.
Yes.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but even then, they have like sweet hot dog buns. That's kind of like what this is.
True that. People make stuff out of the King's Hawaiian sweet rolls.
Right.
Yep. So anyway, so that is Malasada. This is a Malasada, and this is my dog begging for a Malasada. Pidgin Workers Podcast, Ilio. So going backwards, Pidgin Workers Podcast. I guess one of them could be Porgy, actually, because we're going to say that. We're going to say that a lot.
Okay, but we gotta be careful because there's people who are Portuguese that are not from Hawaii and they might misinterpret why we say it. But in Hawaii, when we call someone Portuguese.
Okay, there's 2 different ways then, because someone is Porgy and someone can be Porgy by choice.
Yes.
No, okay, you know 2 more. The guy that made the funny videos, brother 2 more.
Yes.
He made a shirt that says Portuguese by blood, Portuguese by choice.
Oh my god.
Which is so perfect.
We need that shirt.
Yeah, for real.
Someone needs to buy it that's Portuguese.
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess there's the thing. There's Portuguese and get Portuguese.
Yes, yeah. But really that's how it was translated in Pidgin. That's how they was calling them, the Portuguese.
Yeah.
And okay, it's a stereotype, everybody.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. My best friend is Portuguese. It's a stereotype.
You cannot use your best friend as an example.
Kimo is the example.
Because he's Portuguese.
Yes. So
he's Portuguese and he's Portuguese.
Yes. So Portuguese is a stereotype that the Portuguese people don't have a lot of common sense. They do kind of stupid stuff like, bruh, there's Portuguese jokes.
But not only that, we also rag on them because if you talking to a Portuguese person, they're gonna talk and talk and talk and talk and talk like no filter, no filter, just running like the Energizer Bunny, just running.
Non-stop. So that's Portuguese. So Portuguese, the ethnicity, the nationality, gets translated to, in Pidgin, Portuguese.
Right.
Because we drop a lot of our R's. Nobody can really roll their R's and T's, so it just turned into a D.
Right.
So Portuguese.
And if you're Portuguese and you're getting mad, hey, I know you're still eating your Hawaiian pizzas, so cut it out.
Yeah. So I love my Portuguese people. Best friends Portuguese. Love you, bro. So that's one of them. But our actual Pidgin word of the podcast
I just can't get over it. You can't use your best friend. I don't care what you say. I know this person, and he is the definition, the stereotypical definition of Portuguese.
Huh?
And he's Portuguese. Both of them. Okay, we gotta. If he listening to this, we getting you that shirt. I don't care where it is or what size you are. I'm gonna get you that shirt. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Anyway. So Porgy, no, Pidgin, not Porgy word the podcast. Pidgin word the podcast. Everybody is Puka. So you probably have heard us say you have Puka in your beverages, you have Puka in your slipper, you have Puka in your shirt. Puka means whole.
Yeah.
But it's also one of those Hawaiian Pidgin words where it was used throughout the generations, and eventually it made its way into the modern contemporary Pidgin language.
When people say my puka shell necklace, it's because the shell actually has a puka in it, has a hole in it, and that's what you can string the line through. What?
Puka shell necklace.
The puka shells. And you have to say it like that. The puka shells.
Bro, those are some sick pukas, bro. Okay, Puka. So, this is relatable because Malasadas, sometimes there is some fighting people, but there's Malasadas that's just like the one we're going to show you. And then there's Malasadas that get on Puka in them. They get on Puka in them and they fill them with...
just filling.
Custard. Whole, bruh. So, the custard, you got to poke on Puka.
Is it just custard? Because I feel like they also have like a jalapeno one.
Choke.
Yeah, right. Okay, I wasn't crazy.
Leaking one.
Yeah, okay, I wasn't crazy.
Yeah, which you get into, yeah.
Well, because everyone always just gets the custard one or they just get the regular. But I was like, no, I swear there was like a jalapeno one.
Jalapeno is killer.
Or even like maybe a chocolate one.
Yes, chocolate ones. But jalapeno is super killer, especially when it's hella fresh.
You know, it'd be killer if they had chocolate chip, like little chocolate chips inside of one.
I'm thinking like flakes almost, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the end of this podcast, we're going to have one business proposal for one Malasada truck. The Hawaii Kine Tings. Anyway, so that's the Puka. So the sentence would be, I said, some Malasadas get one Puka, and that's where they put the custard and or the hapia, whatever they get, the filling. Trust me, it's major. But there's some major haters out there with custard.
Yeah, so. I don't like custard. I'm not a hater.
But do you hate it? Okay, see, you don't hate
it. I just wouldn't. That's the thing. I'll eat it still, but I wouldn't ask for it.
Okay, you hate them because of the taste or because it's messy?
I don't like it because I just don't like custard.
Okay.
Oh, I guess because of the taste, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's a little bit too, like, milky for me.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, it's still like a sweet. It's almost like vanilla pudding. If it was more like vanilla pudding, I would like it. But custard doesn't taste like vanilla.
So then put straight snack pack.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so that is the Puka and the Malasada. So, Malasadas, like we said already, it's different from donuts because it's a lot different of a texture. Open up, boom, straight cloud inside.
Yeah, it's just like so like airy and fluffy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like Masao said, the Malasadas have become such a sensation throughout the nation. Just like our last podcast, man, I'm sure there's not 1,100 shops, just like poke shops. But there's people doing Malasadas out here in the mainland.
Well, I mean, and like you said, it's just a variation of a donut. So
yeah.
So people are doing it, but not doing it.
You cannot say, "Oh, bro, you copy Malasadas." Like,
right.
Bro, it's fried dough, bro.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's poor dough. Yeah. Or poorly cooked. What is it?
Poorly cooked. Malasada.
Malasada. I took a little Hawaii in high school. I did not take Espanol.
Hawaii Kine Tings is sponsored by Purevita Surf Shop, the most major surf shop on the Oregon coast. If you ever want to surf on the cold side of the Pacific Ocean, or even just learn how to surf, Purevita offers surf rentals and lessons on the daily. They get you covered with your wetsuit, your boots, the boards, and even an instructor if you like. So go ahead and email us at hawaiikinetingspodcast@gmail.com, and we going to email you one coupon that'll get you 20% off your rental. So take your ohana to the beach this weekend, go to Purevita, rent your surf gear, your surfboard, go out and have a cherry time. Alright.
And we are biggity back.
Going straight into the history of Malasadas.
And I'm really interested in this because, again, just so you folks know, I just sit here and talk on the microphone. Yes. I don't do anything else, so I'm listening to this history for the first time as well. I'm like the live audience reacting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Everybody, got some history facts for you. So anyway, just like everything else that we celebrate and we love in Hawaii, it was brought with the plantation workers, which is what makes modern Hawaii, contemporary Hawaii so beautiful, because all the mixing of the cultures.
Wait, so were there Portuguese people already in the state of Hawaii, or you said, is this something specifically that they brought people over? Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
No, they just came as plantation workers, and then they knew how to make this. They knew this. Right?
I see. I was like, hold on, call up Portuguese just for me.
Yeah, because somehow the Hawaiians were like, I think they get these like killer, poorly cooked donuts.
You ever heard of Malasadas?
We gonna get them, dog. So, anyways, in the plantation, it came with the plantation era. Which, along with what we mentioned in the last episode, the ukulele is actually...
Right, that's Portuguese.
It's from Portugal.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else they brought. Linguiça, other known as Portuguese sausage.
Oh, okay. You told me that earlier. Yeah. And I was like, what is linguiça?
Frank de Lima said, my arms is linguiça. And it's the only one you never laugh.
Bro, if you folks don't know who Frank de Lima is, do your homework right now and look up Frank de Lima.
Stop this podcast.
Yeah.
And go search Frank de Lima. I don't care how you look him up. But look up Frank de Lima because he is Hawaii's own Porgy.
Yeah. So when we talk about Porgy people and being all these stereotypes, it's all his fault. But he also Portuguese, so he gets to do that.
He made him worse. Yes. But bro, that guy is so funny.
By him doing that, gave us permission to do the same thing.
yeah. Love he is. Okay, so the history. So then, actually, really cool. So a lot of plantation workers, Portuguese plantation workers, came from Portugal, but specifically from the, let's see here, Azores and Madeira Islands, which is like little islands off of the mainland of them. But apparently the Hawaiian government gave the most favorable, which I didn't even know they would have to accept them and whatnot, the most favorable workers that got the contracts, because on the Azores and the Madeira Island, they was working on sugarcane fields over there.
Oh, right.
So it'd be a super easy process. What's it called? Transfer, like switching over.
See, everyone's saying the Filipinos, bro. Not the Filipinos. It's the Portuguese, man.
The Filipinos, we just worked all the jobs they told us to.
Let's say Filipinos, they just do all the jobs. That's the thing. They just do all of them. Not just one, they do all of them.
Everything. Even answer all the emails. Nah. So, they gave priority to them because they was already almost doing the same thing. And like what we said, the group of people bring what they do, what they make,
but that's
all that
what
stuff
I mean,
from back
though.
home.
But like, how did they hear through the winds and the waves that these people do this? Like, I'm just thinking back then, how did that message get across?
Well, bro, Kamehameha used to travel the world.
Oh yeah, that's true. No, you're right.
Guarantee Brado went to Portugal.
Bro, he probably did.
Guarantee.
No, I mean, but like I said, how else was he supposed to figure this out? Because that's what I'm tripping out. I was like, I figure stuff out, but I also have a cell phone, like Google. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For them to figure that out, like, oh, you folks do this. But of course, you're right. They sailed everywhere. Yeah. And we sailed with the stars, man. With the stars. With the Hoku.
Hoku Le'a.
Hoku Le'a. Look them up.
Goes to Portugal. Let's say they went to Portugal. And back in Portugal, they actually get one Malasada, but they call them Filho. Filho. Filho, with the accent mark that we hate from the last episode.
Where it is properly used here.
Yes. So, but that is pretty much a Malasada. That's what they was making on the São Miguel Islands of Portugal.
Oh.
And then eventually we know that a Portuguese-dominated country is also Brazil.
So, Filho, Filho, yes, in Portuguese means sun. I mean, that's what Google Translate says.
Oh, interesting. So, yes, what was I saying? Brazil. That's they speak Portuguese because there was the kind, not annex, but taken over, conquer. But anyway, so then in Brazil, they actually, just like us, we cover ours with sugar. They cover theirs with honey, which is kind of nuts. So it's kind of like andagi, or I don't know if that's andagi. Is that andagi?
What is that?
The one that's kind of like a small.
Yeah, the hard donut.
But it can be sticky outside too.
Oh, I don't know about sticky, but it is andagi.
Oh, that might be Filipino, the sticky one.
Yeah, that's probably you're probably right.
Yeah.
Oh, see, but like I'm looking up the field hole.
Yeah.
If that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
It almost looks like an elephant ear. Like it's a bit more flat, like.
Yeah.
But then they also do have one that says like Portuguese donut, and it looks like malasadas.
Which is funny because what we know malasadas to be now is what Leonard's made it to be then. Right. Because there is other ways of making it look and all that stuff, but it's just that's how Brother Leonard Rego was making them, which is, I guess, is a great segue into fast forwarding to where malasadas became really popular in the modern day.
Yeah, it almost looks like, it's funny because, like you said, I think we know malasadas the way it is now because of Leonard specifically.
Yes.
But like the field holes back
flat.
Yeah, it's flat and it almost looks like there's a bowl or like a crater in it.
Oh.
So you know how we were like folding it over?
Yes.
It kind of looks like they flattened it out and folded it over and kind of made it like a little plate.
Yeah. Straight arches.
Yeah. But like you can tell like in the middle where the dough is spread out and then the outside dough is like all brown. But that one's kind of like whiter on the inside. But I think like you said, I think the ball thing came from when Leonard started doing it. In the pink box. If you get a pink box, you already know what it is.
No, we're not talking about voodoo donuts.
Yeah, or crumble.
When was... Oh my gosh.
Cookie crumble. I mean, not saying they're not good, but like, that's not the pink box we're talking about. That's not the pink box. Though.
Because was those pink boxes invented or founded in 1953? I
can find out right now.
Okay, good.
Boom, voodoo was from 1800s.
Boom, voodoo's 1952. So, in 1953, brother named Leonard Rego, one Porgy brother named Leonard Rego opened up Leonard's Bakery, which is on Kapahulu, where you see tourists waiting in line for 2 hours for get their box of malasadas.
Well, and even now with the pandemic, because I just went home, is even farther than that because there was only letting like 1 or 2 people inside the shop at a time.
Which is nuts.
Which the 2 people was the bakers, so everyone had to stay outside. Oh no, bro. Voodoo Donut was like in 2003.
Exactly. So 1953, the founder, Leonard Rego, he was actually baking in a nada shop before that. And malasadas is actually ties back into religious background. Almost because he would only make the malasadas for Fat Tuesday. And Fat Tuesday is aka Shrove Tuesday, aka get fat before you start Lent.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Because Ash Wednesday is the start of Lent. If those of you that don't know what that is, in the Christian Catholic culture, Lent is where you give up something of yourself for 40 days and 40 nights.
Okay, but see, I'm just going to say this one time. I am not against people's religion or what they believe in or whatever. But like, I thought the idea of Lent was to go without it for whatever the time being. And it's supposed to be more of you really don't need this. So why are you going to... It's not I'm going to stop drinking beer for 40 days, 40 nights. And then once the 40 days, 40 nights power, then I can go back to drinking beer.
Yes.
It's not supposed to be... I don't know. In my eyes, it's not supposed to be that way. But I don't really know the whole religious side of it.
Then I think that if they do that, then they're doing Lent for the wrong reason.
Right.
Meaning it's not connected to culture. It's connected to pop
It's
culture.
almost like the New Year's resolution. Like,
yes.
I'm going to do this on January 1st. It's like, girl, you can do them on March 1st or December 1st.
Yeah. Going into them, I mean, I'm not giving them too much, but you're giving up as Jesus gave up.
Yo, right.
You know, it's like you're actually suffering, putting yourself to suffering. I mean, that's what Ramadan is.
Oh, I see. So this was their Fat Tuesday before they gave this up in particular.
Yes.
That's
so
what you're saying?
For some Catholics and other form of Christianity, they give up food specifically. Some Catholics give up meat. Some only meat on Fridays, and a lot of them was all this bad thing, sugar, what's that called, flour, all that, eggs, yes, all that
evaporated milk,
oil, all that stuff.
Yeah, oil. Yes. I could not give up oily food.
Yeah. So that's why that's why it's called Fat Tuesday, because they indulge in all of that.
I see. Oh, right, and maybe going back to the poor cooking. Maybe that's the reason why, because that was considered their low-life food, like their junk food.
Yes.
So, you know.
Junk food. Whoa.
What?
Like mall, like junk.
Oh, yeah. See? And what is asada for?
You straight unlocking the Da Vinci Code over tonight. Anyway, so then, also, kind of like beignets. And beignets is the kind of the cousin of malasadas in a way, because they landed down there, down in where is that? New Orleans.
I'll say Leonard's stay in Kapahulu. What you mean?
Leonard's in St. Louis. Leonard Reagan went around the horn of freaking South America and went to St. Louis, and that's where they celebrate Mardi Gras, which is the night before Lent. And so that's why they made beignets down there. Beignets. Almost the same. Well, since it's created the same exact time for the same exact reason, religion. I know. French, that's why. Beignets. So there you go. Malasadas. In a kind of nutshell.
Short Kine Tings.
But we will leave you a quick list for what for gettum. So, and these were submitted from our lovely Instagram followers. Brad, there was only like 8 of these, but over 100 people went sending their stuff. So
I never even know you could get malasadas from places other than Leonard's. So this is, I mean, like
education.
Yeah, right. Even for me,
Hawaii Kine Tings, the hkt.edu. Recognize.
.edu.com. The first dot is spelled out. DOTEDU.com.
So, obviously Leonard's Bakery, and the winner to that is William Mataele or Mataile. I don't really know. So, anyways, mahalos for entering that before the 50,000 other people that would submit Leonard's Bakery.
Leonard's Bakery, but he was the number one.
I'm sorry to all you guys, but he was literally about like a minute too late. Anyway, by the legendary GOAT J-Sid 20, when submit Zippy's.
I never even know Zippy's had malasadas.
Zippy's has... Well, okay, it's one of those things where it's kind of separate. Napoleon Bakery and Zippy's.
Oh, yeah, no, right. But Napoleon Bakery.
Yeah. But they make the Napples now. They also make malasadas.
Oh, I never knew that, bro. If you folks go Zippy's, get their Napples.
Okay, Napples is one of the most underrated desserts in Hawaii.
Yep.
Big time.
The coconut Napple is my favorite.
Oh, for real. I love the coconut, but I like the apple.
Oh, yeah. Well, apple Napple is going to be... Because you have to say apple Napple.
Yeah.
So you need to eat it
so
after you say it.
When you order them, you'd probably say, I can get on coconut apple Napple.
Yeah.
Not just on coconut Napple.
But apple Napple, but like coconut. Like that.
You can get the guava apple Napple.
Some apple naps.
They gonna know what you're talking about. Watch.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Rene Otake submitted text driving along with a lot of other people because it is apparently the Leonard's of Big Island. It's in Kona. And I had it when I was like in the 6th grade, so I barely remember. And then we was with one group from school, so guaranteed they didn't cut them all in turds and then give them to us, so I barely could taste them. I probably got without custard.
Because regular malasadas is like the size of almost like the inside of your palm. Like it's the malasada is a pretty decent size.
But it's also so fluffy.
Yeah.
So that it looks huge, like bro. How
so even though you see me eating 1 whole dozen, it's because there's lots of air in there. It's really not, it's not that dense, so it's really fluffy and airy. So even if I eat a dozen, that's not a lot. That's like not a lot.
Had just a third of the calories. And then there's Cam Bakery, submitted by Danny Rodriguez 10. And there's Penny's, which is on North Shore, which was Manang Bidet. X3. Mahalos for submitting that. And then Pipeline Bake Shop and Creamery by Pangarang, which I've never had.
By Pangarang. But where is Pipeline Bake Shop?
North Shore.
Well, obviously North Shore.
Yeah. South Shore.
Well, where's Penny's?
Kind of next to those auto food trucks. They're pretty popular now.
Oh, the one in Waikele.
No. In North Shore as
Oh,
well.
North Shore. Oh,
Yes.
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they bring in those malasadas to the North Shore. So mahalos to you guys for submitting those.
Where's the Wine Ice Farmers Market?
Oh, I missed that one. Submitted by Ufizzle, number 1, the best one. We didn't even know the name, but it's the malasadas at Wine Ice Farmers Market.
Who's making Wine Ice Farmers like malasadas over there?
I don't know, but I guarantee you the thing is mayjah.
I think probably mayjah, dog.
Yep.
Bruh.
Underrated, just like the apple
I would
napples.
go over there right next time I go to Wine Ice Farmers Market. Just forget that.
Yes.
I guess
Go
I'll
wait in
go.
line. Go before they even set up and sit in the parking lot.
I'm going the night before. I'm gonna sleep in shop 2.
Camp out.
I'm gonna sleep in Olelo shop 2.
You can sleep where Blockbuster used to be.
Oh no, hello, get the Kine. Little Caesars there. Radio Shack now.
Dog, Blockbusters was at the end.
No, Radio Shack's there.
Yeah, Radio Shack's still there, even after the car went crash into him.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Okay, if you guys don't know about, Google that too. That's not a thing. For
yeah,
Google.
You're right. Radio Shack was across from Blockbuster. Yeah, you're right. I'm wrong.
Blockbusters is straight at one end, just like this podcast, because it's supposed to be short, kind things, and you know us, we talk story.
Oh yeah, shortcut. Well, we're actually done with the podcast.
Yeah, there we go. So that's Malasadas,
Yeah,
everybody.
that was the podcast.
And here comes my baby girl to tell you guys goodbye because
in the way.
we're like, thank you guys for tuning in to our first episode of Short Kind Things, and we promise you our first YouTube video.
First YouTube vids.
Yes,
but don't forget, you always get a code for the Howley brand.
Yes, the shout
look
out.
at this right now.
Go home, cook rice.
Go home, cook rice.
And the aloha wherever
Aloha.
you go.
Yeah, but go home, cook rice.
Go home, cook rice with the code Malasadas10.
Malasadas 10.
If
Wow,
you get,
because it's so short, I don't need to go anywhere. I stayed at the end of the podcast.
yes, because I told you we can split one of these malasadas in half and make them burger.
Right.
On.
Even though I ate one whole malasada at the beginning. But like I said,
Only
it's
one.
so airy and fluffy. It's like not even eating.
Turn of the calories. Turn of the calories. Okay, everybody. Love you guys. Mahalos for tuning in. See you in the next one.